Tensions have been rising in our region for years as several nations, including China, have ramped up their military capability. The Russian invasion of Ukraine has again demonstrated the importance of missiles in modern warfare and woken up more people in Western nations to the threat of a conflict. And so, on the eve of an election, the federal government is once again promoting its research into weapons that are often described as a game changer.
But when it comes to hypersonic missiles, they are one of the key technologies of combat in the future, and the long-range strike capability is a critical part of our defences.
Developing hypersonic weapons is a long-term goal of Australia's. They travel faster than current missiles and promise to be very accurate.
The definition of a hypersonic weapon is one that goes from between around 5 times the speed of sound to 25 times the speed of sound. So basically a hypersonic missile is anything that goes really, really fast.
They could be manufactured to have a variety of ranges and are currently considered almost impossible for missile defence systems to stop. This is why ballistic missiles are also very fast, but they have mostly set trajectories and so are easier for radars to pick up and intercept. Hypersonic missiles can be even faster and fired from air, sea or land. Those attached to a glide vehicle can be moved around, so they're harder to spot until the final stages of flight, meaning an attack can come with very little warning. In this arms race, analysts say it appears the West is lagging behind. Last year there were reports China had tested hypersonic weapons, something Beijing denied, while Russia has used them in its invasion of Ukraine. The US has been recently conducting its own tests, including one last month, and a big focus is working out how to defend against them.
If a country detects a hypersonic missile coming at it and suspects it could have a nuclear warhead on it, it may immediately respond in kind by launching its own nuclear missiles. And so some people have argued that hypersonic missiles do raise the risk of a nuclear exchange.
In Canberra, it's thought that the missiles could provide a good deterrent to potential enemies.
Australia, which has an island continent to defend, the ability to hit enemy ships at high speed and at relatively long distance is, I think, a very attractive proposition.
But some analysts argue if we acquire long-range weapons, it could also expose the nation to some risks.
Australia does not need the ability to hit China with a weapon in order to defend itself. In fact, I think it would make Australia more vulnerable, and I think a weapon like that would actually be very destabilising in a crisis.
We have always seen the world.
The US and Australia have been working together on the technology for some time. Today's announcement includes the UK and puts it under the umbrella of the new AUKUS Pact, though it's still unclear when the money spent on research will lead to a weapon.
Australia itself doesn't really have anything close, but again, due to our partnership with the US, it's conceivable that we could acquire some kind of hypersonic missiles, this decade.
Of course, the Morrison government is keen to promote this latest agreement now because it wants the coming election campaign focused on national security.
We made 45,000 of those to go on Sushi Stadium.
Even though there's scant policy difference between the major parties, ministers believe it's one of their biggest strengths.
It was nice to meet you. Good to meet you. It is.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 7:30's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.